Geek and Gorgeous calls their Cheer Up 5% Mandelic Acid plus 1% BHA a regular strength exfoliant, but at the same time claims that it can be used twice daily, which is something, if you've been following me for a while, you know I usually do not recommend with stronger acids. How strong is it really? How often would I suggest you use it? And if it is gentle enough for twice daily use, will it actually be strong enough to deliver any noticeable results? Let's talk. I'm Dr. Anne, a medical doctor here to teach you how to best take care of your skin and general well-being. The thing with the claims is, I'm curious what they mean by regular strength exfoliants. There's no official strength ranking when it comes to exfoliants. Yes, I know there are these burn your face off within 5 minutes or clinical grade strength ones, and there are the ones like the Pixie Glow Tonic that you can use basically all day long without overdoing it. But what is regular strength? If you have an idea, let me know in the comments. They also claim that it works both on the surface and deeper in the skin, which is, I think, rooted in the fact that they use both Mandelic Acid, which is quite a large molecule working on the surface of the skin, not penetrating too deep, and BHA, Salicylic Acid, that gets inside the pores. It is quite expensive for Geek and Gorgeous prices, not expensive compared to other skincare, but for a Geek and Gorgeous product, it is quite expensive, but it also contains 100 ml. And if you don't use it twice daily, that will last you quite some time. I took it with me on holiday and used it basically all throughout summer. And I would reckon, it's a little hard to tell, that I maybe used like a third of the bottle. The liquid itself is clear, no smell. You could easily mistake it for water, and it behaves like water. It is quite runny, you can dab it on and it absorbs quite quickly. I did not notice any stinging or tingling sensation with that, but I've never used it on compromised skin barrier, so that might be different then. How you actually use it comes down to different factors. You could use it both morning or night. That would depend on where in your routine it fits best, and probably even twice daily, but I don't think using it twice daily compared to once a day will give you a noticeable benefit, because there's only so much you can exfoliate in your skin. And if you have a really hard time with congestion, I would suggest going for a 2% BHA rather than a 1% BHA used twice daily. I personally used it in the mornings because that's where I put my exfoliants. I have my tretinoin at night, and I was able to use it really every day throughout the summer month where my skin isn't overly reactive, for just some gentle exfoliation and some gentle cleaning out of the pores, because despite my age, I'm still prone to congestion and adult acne if I don't take care of that. If I used it less than once a day, I noticed I got more congestion. So depending on how your skin works, you can use it daily or adapt the frequency to twice, 3 times, 5 times a week, whatever your skin tolerates best and whatever works best for you. I never use it on a cotton round, although you could do that because I think it's wasteful. They absorb too much product. I just pour some into my hands and then pat it everywhere I need it to go. When it comes to ingredients, the 2 main players are the Mandelic Acid, which is quite a large molecule that exfoliates on the surface level of the skin, and the 1% BHA or Salicylic Acid that is oil soluble, so it goes into the pore and cleans out the gunk and sebum that is there. 5% is like a regular concentration, 1% is on the lower side. You can get up to 2% over the counter, and I usually use 2% Salicylic Acid. So comparing these two and keeping in mind that Mandelic Acid is usually a more gentle exfoliant than glycolic, I would say this is quite a gentle product. Other than that, you have a combination of sugars that work as humectants, and 3 sugars used here, xylitol, xylitylglucoside and anhydroxylitol, are known in combination as a substance called aquaxyl that is a humectant, but also claims to increase the natural moisturizing factors in the skin, so increase hydration over time. The last addition I found noteworthy is the addition of sarcosine, which aims to improve sebum production and regulate the skin sebum production over time. The pH of the product is around 3.4. Now, I already told you that I took the Gorgeous Cheer Up Liquid Exfoliant with me on holiday for the summer, and and I wanted a combination that would help keep my congestion at bay and also help prevent the build-up of hyperpigmentation. I am out in the sun quite a lot, and the hyperpigmentation tends to show up. That's natural. You can only prevent it if you don't get exposed to sun at all, and that's not a life I want to live. So I use the surface exfoliation to slough off the skin cells that already have the melanin present, but I need a product that does it in a gentle way, because with being outdoors and sunscreen and probably seawater, salt water, chlorine water, anything like that, my skin is a little more sensitive than it is in spring or in fall. And for that worked really well. Is it something that I think is a must-have for me in my routine? I think I prefer separate products with a stronger salicylic acid to keep congestion at bay, and then maybe only a mandelic acid. But if your skin isn't as congestion prone as mine, you might find it works really well for the summertime. Especially if you're more on the sensitive side, the mandelic acid is a good choice as alpha hydroxy acid, because, as I said, it doesn't penetrate too deeply and is perceived as gentler as other acids, but again, still not something that, as claimed, I would use twice a day. If you have used it, please share your experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to check out the other reviews of Geek and Gorgeous I have linked on the screen here, the description box for everything else I have to offer. Like this video and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next upload.